Alright, as we get into chapter 5.2, we do an intermittent scene. As you can see, we did a lot of grinding trying to get up to here, and now we're in the primary exhaust passage on chapter 5. Please do not forget to like and subscribe as we continue our journey with Devil May Cry Peak of Combat. Now we went into challenge because we have not done it yet, which will get us straight into a boss with two other people who wanted to see how the combat was, and let me tell you, it was pretty exciting. You may need to grind quite a bit more before going into there, but we're going to get into it. It's the Nightmare's Caliber, and you will see a lot of different gameplay as we go into here. We go in real fast, where I have Dante and another Grace. I am playing as Grace. I wanted just to do easy combos to get into there and get the most damage output. Now, I would recommend playing this. This now is my first playthrough doing this, but I have played playthroughs like this where you play with two other people that are playing the same game, and needing their coordination is very important. A lot of them went straight into just doing front with them. I personally, as I got into this and looking at it, I would have chosen a tank and maybe a DPS with a support in the back. Now, as you can tell, Dante 91 does not survive very far, always being in front. Now, as soon as you see that help, make sure you go over to your partner, and there's a restore button or a healing. I would recommend when this happens, yes, I got pretty mad right here. I would recommend if you can take that aggro from the enemy, take the aggro, and what the aggro means is basically the attention of that person so you can get them to heal. Unfortunately, if you don't do this fast enough, you will see later on in the video that your one will be done pretty fast. Now here, this is when it got really tricky because both of my guys went down. Whether or not it came from them just not being strong enough or not being able to evade, I will say that it was very important to know how to evade at this. Now, fortunately, this right here, move right here, you can't evade from this. If he, she, whatever you want to call it, targets you, you will have to wait mercifully under somebody else's, help. And Letta was able to get up pretty fast and get right back to the round again. I just felt like we were throwing at this time, but again, we have now only 7 minutes, so again, I'm going to remind you guys that this is a timed event, and having that high DPS per second for everybody using good ammo assist is super important, while also knowing that this enemy does a lot of AoE damage. AoE damage is basically meaning that all around, it's just an attack that's going to go everywhere. You'll see the fire element that will be doing that. At the same time, when you guys are doing this, you'll see those green crystals fall down. Make sure that you are picking those up. I just made it a point to really try to get my attack gauge up so I can use those more powerful hits. There was one of those first AoE hits that this enemy does do. Point for point, this enemy, which starts with a plus 75 life gauge, is quite a bit hard. Now right here, you want to try to move because as you see those fire blasts, if it hits you within those fire rings, you will get hit. Here's another outside fire ring. You want to evade it, come back in. On that previous move where if the fireball hits you within the fire meter, we kind of went together. Don't go together. So I did mess that up. I just would recommend, and you'll see me do it a lot, even though I'm doing the opposite where I'm saying right here, move, fireball hits. So I didn't move fast enough. I should have been doing evasive. Then with this fire ring, move on in into the middle. Unfortunately, the players that I was playing with did not stay out of the fire ring, which allowed for continuous damage. I went in like an idiot when I should have just stayed out. Luckily, I was able to use a move uh, 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 that had a longer lifespan. And what I mean by that is, um, through the move, I did not get hit that bad. But I would recommend when she does those AoE fire moves to just stay out of the way and then use Grace's attack abilities move. Now, right here, you'll see again, move. The angel's got a continuous fire attack underneath, and then on the outer ring, I would have evaded here, or not evaded, but just moved out of the way, and I got hit. So, right here is where things get really kind of darky and gloomy. Hopefully, I will get healed. And this person just totally left me like my high school girlfriend. And yeah, can I get a heal? Can I get a heal? That continuous damage that keeps hitting them, why they stay there, I do not know. I would recommend, again, this may be a mode that you want to play with people that may know the strategy of the game and know how to play. Not saying these people don't know how to play, because this was my playthrough, my first playthrough, but a lot of the attacks that this enemy did do are attacks that I've seen on other games and DMC franchise games, so I was able to. And again, there, if you see that move right there, guys, I was able to move out of that ring, and if you move out at the right time, that fireball won't hit you. And I did try to raise this person up, and that's why I almost got hit. Now, this person went straight back into the ring, into those rings, which was probably not the best idea to do. So I just hurried up and moved out of that. As you guys can see, now we're down almost halfway through this attack. This is not an attack for the faint of heart that, you know, if you don't study how to do this, please, you know, continue to watch this and you'll get a good understanding how this battle ends up going, because the Carliber's moves does not change very much as we get closer to that halfway mark. Unfortunately, as you guys can see at this time, the third member of the team did leave, with myself leading most of the attack buffs on here. While I understand most people want to run with Dante, Dante's real easy to do combos, simple combos. I have not found him to be my best combo maker. I've found Grace to be pretty good as my combo maker, so that's why I use him on here. And I did last quite a bit on this right here. As you can see, we're down to 63 with only a little over 2 minutes. So we didn't get too far. I definitely will need to grind a little bit more to get my stats up, which I did do prior to this. But this is not a boss to take light of. I had imagined that once I get my levels up a little bit more, it's not going to be too much harder, but the fact that if you have one person leave, it does make it hard. And knowing when to move when you have these spheres over you is critical. Now, again, if you have somebody who is just staying in the continuous damage areas, you're not going to get very far. Luckily, me and this other person who I just randomly went and played with, we were able to actually last as long as we did. But, you know, we just continue on grinding. And honestly, out of all the bosses that I have done, I actually quite enjoyed this boss graphically and move for move. Again, here's those rings. Move. I did not move fast enough. Move. Nope. And the problem is, if you don't move, not only do you have that fireball that comes down, but the Caliber's moves do stun you, and thus your evasive technique is basically disabled in a sense. Well, not in a sense, but it is disabled. So I really did use a lot of evasive techniques. Now you can get Grace's skill bar up pretty fast, so I didn't really feel that it was a need to do frontal attacks with this enemy because I didn't think we would fit. But as you guys can see, now we're down to 48, but we only have a minute left. So just like a lot of the other battles in here, if you don't do it within a given time frame, you will be hurting. So with 27 seconds, what? 20 seconds left, here is the all-around AoE damage. So I did not quite get this one down, but I did. I was able to last through it. And this is just continuous wreckage. I mean, she goes, and this we're under the 50 point mark. This enemy just goes bonkers. Luckily, again, I used a lot of aerial techniques to kind of stay out of there. Now, and as you can see, we failed. We'll go on later on to this. Now, we're going to continue on with chapter what I call 5.2 to go on to chapter 6, which just gets us to a couple of hell breeds and then a couple of the aerial guys, and we'll make some quick fast on there. I basically went on to the last mode just to see it because I just opened it, guys. I noticed with the Devil May Cry franchise that as you open things, the other events only continue to get better. But let's get rid of this Fallen Choir and then we'll move on with this mission. Head on down a corridor and we're running. Oh, and our friend of Suttung is waiting there first. Luckily, I already had my skill bar all the way up, so I was able to make fast work of Suttung and just move on from there. And right now, guys, I have been using a combination of Grace, or Physical Grace, Frost Grace, and then Dante. Each support each other so well with the power stack ability and then the attack boost. And Grace is just great for the fact that her combos, yes, are just as easy as Dante's, but her attack base is able to just go up super fast. So we'll continue on with this right here, and we're just trying to get to the next part. As you guys remember, we're trying to help Loki, and in order for Loki to help us with the seal, we have to retrieve his daughter. So again, we'll have a little bit some smaller battles, and I just make fast notion of it. Now, I'm not really too big on making sure that I have just the most complicated skill attacks. I just want to get through it because I've had to grind on the other stuff just to be able to get here. So I'm kind of anticipating to get to chapter 6, which I'm hoping will be here very soon. But there's just so much going on with the new release event that's going on that really I would say it's hard to focus on the main mission, but there's just so much that I'm like, well, I want to make time for everything, and there's just so many different PvP and co-op mission stuff that you can do that really this game, deems to be a game full of content. So we make fast at the Suttung, hit on the Blood Pride, and then from there we are going to move on. And that's where I was going to say, I just opened the Sky Arena, which I have not started. And the Sky Arena, like I have observed, it's kind of a PvP-based system, but I have not done it just yet. We will later on in some of my videos do the Sky Arena, do some of the other events, so you can see just what I'm doing. There's just so much that it's hard to cover it under one. So we'll just do a fast jump parkour on here. And you really just have to move to the left just a little bit. And while the camera's not the best of it, it wasn't that hard, and I was able to move on to the next part pretty easily, which is the Psalm Warp, which at the end of the Psalm Warp will give you a quick little 1-2. Again, the great thing I like about this game is the going to the next mission, going to the next part is not hard. You can either use the auto run, or you can just be smart and follow the dotted line. Just like the Wizard Balls, where they said follow the yellow brick road, I just need you to follow the red brick road or the red lines and you move on. We'll make fast work with Grace with her fast combos, and we'll move on from there. Now luckily, with Grace, I'm able to do a very fast attack with her aerial counter, which is kind of great because I've had issues with countering with Dante here lately, but Grace just seems to counter every time. And then I follow up with Dante, who usually has his attack gauge up by the time I'm running with Grace, okay? So, with that being said, there's seashells on the sea. Okay, and then we meet Roger, who's going to give us some little help and get us on to the next spot, which we will find out that Loki's daughter is on the boat, which we will go and help. So I found Loki. He's wanting to help us. Yep. Yep, but I must save his daughter first. Some asshole kidnapped her. Well, we're gonna find out who that is. And speaking of which, I did encounter a particular individual who did look like the friendly type, which maybe we'll see them here soon. Guess that's my target. Go figure. That's what I was figuring. I think he went to the yacht. He went to the yacht. Okay, I'm going. Tonight, and visit you be of my assistance. So we're gonna head over to the yacht and see if maybe that's our target of interest who grew up with. So turn on that fast switch. Again, not too complicated, but still has just good gameplay. You don't have to think too hard. So as we put that drawbridge down, we see the yacht in the background. Still, the game looks stunning as we're almost done, I'm thinking, with Chapter 5. Because unfortunately I did not finish it because I did so much of the other events prior to making this video. And go figure, before they're going to give me what I want, which is to get up on there, they're going to give me a couple of health breeds. Now, again, the health breeds, you guys, if you guys notice, will do poison damage that is continuous, but so far I haven't had too much issue with the health breeds, so not one of my most hated targets. Probably one of my easier targets to just get rid of, as long as I do an evasive technique and get behind them so that veil or whatever their veil that they're carrying doesn't hit me, as it does hit me. And there's that poison that releases, guys. It's pretty easy to just bring Brace out if you don't want to deal with it and get rid of them, but it's never done too much damage where it ends up just destroying me. Obviously a Suit-Tongue's got to come out and make my life miserable, so we'll go ahead, and I always bring out Dante to get rid of Suit-Tongue because he's a little bit harder of a tank, as I would say, and I use more of my heavy attacks to go ahead and just make fast work of Suit-Tongue. Suit-Tongue. Su-Ling. And we say goodbye to Suit-Tongue as he charges me. Not a very nice guy, we'll put it that way. And those yellow daggers, as you guys see come from, those would be those other two enemies on the left right there, which will make fast work of here in just a minute. Luckily, with Grace, you can do that fast, evasive move forward. If you hold it down, she will do what looks like a twist, kind of like Raiden move into him. So finally, now that we're done with that, we're going to move up to the yacht, and hopefully we'll see this guy we've been looking for, who's got Loki's daughter. And there she is. And I actually liked how she looks. It's actually pretty cool. And this would be the brother of Loki, who also actually looks pretty cool. Please, Uncle, don't kill me. Frank. Even if you're not... Yep, that's Frank, guys. The blood of the family cannot be defiled. Go join your friends down in hell. Even though Frank kind of surprises us here in a minute. And obviously, as always, Dante's here to say, no, bro, we ain't playing that today. Nice little frog jump. He is the fight. I'm your guy. Yeah, pick out somebody your own size. Quick little video. Nothing to not like. And go figure, Dante just slices right through it. I like this little intermittent. Get him, boy! Yeah. And you know, we just want to get to fighting, but that's not gonna happen. Why would we want to cut the fun short like that? And I made fast. I just made fast work of Locke. I mean, he only has a +4 life bar, so literally I didn't really want to do anything fancy. I just brought Grace out and just had her do what she usually does. And that just makes fast work of everybody. And then her attack gauge goes up so fast compared to everybody else that you can really just put down the hurt really fast. Be aware though that that smoke screen right there will blind you, so you could always use an evasive technique to go ahead and get away from Frank. But I did counter Frank as much as I thought I could. But I brought Dante out to just go ahead and take fast work of him and move on with my day because I was late for a tea party. Okay, I wasn't really late for a tea party, but Frank was pissing me off, and Frank needed to go nana. And go figure, what is going on here? This movie actually looks pretty tight. Looks like Frank's about to go to the dark side. Frank, are you going to the dark side? I think Frank's going to the dark side. Again, Capcom did not disappoint with how this game looks on these boss fights, and just for the fact that it's a mobile game, they did not disappoint. And he comes out just looking demonified and just looks awesome. Now, who is this? Yeah, we get I would imagine this is Virgil, but Virgil's like going crazy on him. But this is a different form of Virgil that I do not have. I'm thinking this is Virgil. I'm not sure. No, Frank remains in a dumb form. Deflecting his sword will shatter his defense.